Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1197. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to thewoddoc.com. Check out all of our full-length episodes. That's where we house them. What we're talking about today is deltoid fixes or mobilizations, stretches, whichever one you want to go with. I got asked a couple questions on it, or I got asked a question on it, so I figured I'd respond to that. The deltoid itself is a difficult muscle to stretch solely because it's connected in that shoulder girdle, so there's going to be a ton of other tissues that you're tugging on as well. That being said, here's what I would do if you're having this lateral pain and you want to be able to work on the tissue, self-mobilize the tissue of the deltoid region. Now remember that the deltoid itself has basically three parts to it. You have this lateral portion of the deltoid, right? But then you also have the anterior deltoid and the posterior deltoid fibers, which are going to, if you think of it, encompass your shoulder, kind of like football players' shoulder pads do, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do here is get my trusty foam roller here. And it's easiest to do this up against the wall. If you lay down, it gets a little bit awkward, okay? When I get onto the wall, what I'm going to do from right here, I'm going to start on that lateral side. So I'm trying to put my body as perpendicular to the foam roller as I can. I'm going to traction my arm, right, with the opposite arm. I'm going to traction that arm, put some tension in the tissue, and then I'm just going to use my body to lean back and forth. And I'm going to use that 10 rule when I talk about the 10 rule of foam of self-myofascial release. It's always we roll over a hot spot. We call that hot spot a 10. We continue to do it until it reduces by 50%. Now, once I get this lateral portion of the deltoid done, I can simply turn towards the wall to get the anterior fibers, or I could turn away from the wall to get to the posterior fibers, right? Once I finish with that, I turn those 10s into 5s. Now there's two ways that I can stretch anterior fibers and the posterior fibers. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that same position where I lean away from the wall, except it looks just a little strange with my arm because my elbow doesn't straighten, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put the arm direct extension, right? That's going to get the most anterior fibers of the deltoid, right? So I'm just going to lean against the wall. I'm going to sit with my hips. As I sit with my hips, that brings my arm into extension. And I use that self-modulation, right? I get to a point in which it feels like I collect some tension. I'm going to hold it there for about 10 seconds. I'm going to come back up, all right? If you work your hand downward, like my palm downward, you can get even more of those anterior fibers, okay? And again, I just use my hips to sit, and I come back up. If I want to get the posterior fibers, I need to bring that arm into flexion. So I'm going to stay in that plane, bring it up into flexion. I turn my chest to the wall, palm is up, and then all I'm going to do is sit back, almost like a modified downward dog position, okay? Hold that for 10 seconds, bring back up. 3 sets on both of these, and we'll be good to go. So you have your foam you have your foam rolling and your ability to stretch those tissues in those two positions I showed you. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. Questions, comments, please post them below. And until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.